Hello students, how are you all? I'm your English educator for today's video. So today we'll be doing class 12 Flamingo book Home, that is My Mother at 66, written by Kamla Das. So before I begin with the poem, that is My Mother at 66, I would like to tell you that Mother at 66, which is written by Kamla Das, is the confessional poem. Now, when I say it is a confessional poem, I mean to say that here the poetess Kamla Das is trying to confess something. She's trying to reveal something. Now, what she's trying to reveal, let us study that. So, before we study the poem, let's study about the Kamla Das. So, Kamla Das, born in the year 1934, died in the year 2009, was born in Malabar, Kerala. She is recognized as one of India's foremost poets. She is an eminent Indian poetess. Her works are known for their originality. That means whatever she writes from her heart. Versatility, she is able to adjust an indigenous flavor of the soil. That is Indianness. She has that flavor in her writings. Kamla Das had published many novels and short stories, both in English as well as in Malayalam, under the pen name Madhvakuti. Now, when I say pen name, this means that she is known by this name. She has written her works by the name of under the name Madhvakuti. In addition to 5 books of poetry, she is a sensitive writer who captures the complex subtleties of human relations. So here in this poem, My Mother at 66, here she's also talking about uh, the relationship, the bond between mother and daughter. My in the lyrical idiom, My Mother at 66 is one of her examples. Now let's study the theme of the poem. So the theme of the poem is aging, which is the law of nature. We know that we cannot avoid aging. Aging is inevitable, unavoidable. You cannot refute aging. So aging is a natural process as it comes with us and we cannot avoid it. It also depicts the helplessness and the aspirations of the young generation. Now here, whose aspirations the poet is talking about? Here, the aspiration of the child who wants to live with her mother, but because of the professional commitments, she is not able to live with her mother. It also portrays the different stages of life. We know that we enter childhood stage, then a youth stage, and then finally old stage. So these are the different stages of life that we have to uh, pass, and how everybody grows old and faces various situations that life throws at them. So with when we know that we are nearing the old age, we know that we have to face the atrocities also that are attached to it. So here the poet is trying to tell us two things. First, she's talking about advancing age which is nearing the death. Secondly, she's talking about the fear and the loss of the child who is being separated from her uh, mother. Also, she's talking about the importance of being practical in life. One has to be practical in life in the way that no doubt we want to live with our parents. We know that they need us, they love us, they need our affection, but still, because of the professional commitments or somehow some other things, we have to leave them. So, the main theme of the poem is advancing age and fear of loss and separation. And the third is that one need to be, you can say, practical in life. Now let's start with the stanza 1, line by line explanation of the poem. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, dose, open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away. So here the poetess Kamla Das, as I mentioned to you initially, also, this is a confessional poem by Kamla Das. She is sharing one of her personal experience with her mother, and now she has penned down that same experience in the form of a poem that we are reading right now. So she says that one day, it was a Friday morning day. Okay. So she was driving from her parents' home. So she might have come to visit her mother for some for her holidays or for some work. And now she is going back to Kochi. Now, why she is going to Kochi, that we're gonna discover in the next few lines. So she is going to Kochi along with her mother. It is a Friday morning and she is in a car. I saw my mother. She says that she happens to see her mother beside me. That means next to her. Her mother was sitting along with her in the cab. And now she gives the physical description of the mother. She says that mother was dozing. Dozing over here means she was asleep, because as you know that when you age, when you are nearing the aging age, so why aging age? Because the mother is at the age of 66. She's not old, but she is close to that aging age where she is getting aged. So here she is dozing. She might be lost in her considerations, and might be because of that she's dozing, she's asleep over here, she's open mouthed. Now, open mouthed over here means that she is relaxing herself. When we relax ourself, our mouth gets opened. So she's sleeping with the mouth open. Her face, mother's face, ashen like that of a corpse. Now here, corpse means a dead body. Here, the poetess is trying to compare the face of the aging mother with the dead body. Now, why with the dead body? Because when we die, our face is colorless, there's no charm, there's no radiance, our face looks dull. So, because her mother is nearing that aging age, her face is very much dull, pale. There is no shine, there is no luster, there is no radiance in her face. And her face looks like that of a corpse. Ashen over here means like a ash. Ash means rock, the residual. And realized with pain. Now she says that looking at her old, feeble mother who is sitting next to her, she is in a deep pain, because nobody can see the parents growing old. Because once you see your parents growing old, you have that fear in yourself that you might lose them at any point of time. So the poetess over here is also having a deep realization, and she's having a deep pain where she's so much worried to see that her mother is looking old, that she was as old as she looked. So now she looks very old. But soon put that thought away. Now there is a contrast. What she's trying to say here in this first stanza, the first stanza is uh, the poetess is getting very much negative thoughts. It's a spontaneous overflow of, you can say, the negative thoughts over here. But soon she wants to put away this thought. Now, which thought? The negative thought that is running through her mind. What is the negative thought that is running through her mind? That she may lose her mother at any point of time, because the mother is getting old. And this thought, nobody can bear this thought. It's very difficult to accept this reality that your parents are getting old and you may lose them at any point of time. So, with the poetess over here, she says that I wanted to drive out this thought, I wanted to shift this thought, I wanted to come out of the gloom. Gloom over here means sadness, and I shifted my glance towards something else. Now, where she shifted her glance now? Let's see in the next stanza. Now, stanza 2 says that, and looked out. Now, she is looking out at young trees sprinting. Now, what does young trees sprinting over here means? It means that the young trees were passing by. As you move in your car, it seems as if the trees are moving in the opposite direction. So trees moving over here means it is, you can say, it reflects something which is, it is a symbol of basically happiness, enthusiasm, youth, energy, vitality, vigor, all of these positive things. Inside, what she was carrying in the car was a negative, and outside, when she looked at the young trees sprinting, she immediately changes her mood, and she got so positive when she sees the young trees moving. The merry children spilling out of the homes. Now, merry means over here happy children. She could also see the children, happy children. They are coming out of their homes. They are playing together. So all these things symbolizes enthusiasm, vitality, youth, and vigor, which she has left behind. Now she's no more a child. She's an adult now. She realizes that with time we have to let go of the past things. So here, as the car is moving, she is letting it go the past things. Now, what are the past things that she left? That she was once a child. She was once very young, like merry children. But after the airport security check, now here again there is but, which shows a contrast, which she says over here that she again reached airport. So she reached airport. That means initially when I was telling you that she is heading for Cochin, so now we have come to know that she wanted to go to Cochin airport. So she is going to Cochin airport, and now she has reached Cochin airport, where all the security check is being done. She's undergoing a security check, standing a few yards away. So somebody is standing a few distance away. Who is somebody over here? Mother is standing a few distance away from the child. Why? Because when you go to airport to bid goodbye to someone or to see off to someone, you're not allowed to enter. You're allowed to stand outside the airport. So here the mother is also standing outside the airport and waiting for the child, looking at the child, because she is also in a deep pain somehow. She doesn't want her child to go because she need her love, affection, sympathy, all of these things. But because of the daughter's professional commitments or work, she is not able to be with her daughter. So now here I look again at her. Poetess says that again she glanced at her mother. Worn. Now, worn over here means colorless. So, once more time. Now, this is the last meeting point of a mother and a daughter, where the daughter is again looking at her mother, who is looking worn. Worn over here means she's looking colorless, dull, pale, all the negative things. Let's move to the third stanza. So now she is looking worn, she is looking pale as a late winter's moon. So again, there is a comparison. She is looking like a winter's moon. So how does the moon look like in winter? During winters, we know that the moon is overshadowed by fog, by mist, and you're not able to see clearly the face of the moon. So is with the mother over here. Her face has become so pale, colorless, wrinkles, all of these things, sagging skin is there. She is not looking that charming lady that she used to look earlier. So here her face is blurred, just like the moon which appears in winters. Second reason is of comparing with late winter's moon over here is because winter is the last season of the year. So the mother is also in the last stage of her life, that is, she is nearing death, and felt that old familiar ache. Now, why the poetess over here is telling that she's feeling that old, something old, familiar, that she's also already experienced it before. So this means that old familiar ache or pain has resurfaced again. वो वापस आ गया है. So what is that pain? That is my childhood fear. What was her childhood fear? That she may lose her mother at any point of time. So this, during her childhood also, when she was leaving for her studies and all of that, she used to feel this same pain. And now again, when she is going for her work, for her office, she is having the same pain again. But all I said, now she says that all I said was, see you soon, Amma. Now, this is a very important line when the poet, again, when last poet says that, see you soon, Amma. Why she says that? She was actually bidding of her mother, and this was the last time. And why she said these lines, see you soon, Amma, was because she wanted to give hope to her mother. She does not wanted to insect her with pain. She does not wanted her mother to be in an unpleasant condition, and she does not wanted her mother to uh, to worry about her. So that's the reason she says over here that I will meet you soon, Amma, because she wanted to instill that hope in her mother that I will meet you again. So in this way, she's trying to reassure herself as well as the mother by saying these lines. So this expression, see you soon, Amma, these are the parting words, and all I did was smile, smile, and smile. So this was a not a real smile that she was carrying on her face. This was a superficial smile that she was carrying on her face just to hide the fear, just to hide her worriness that she is carrying with her. She has actually maintained the facade of courage when she was dealing with her mother for the last time. So here the poet is carrying a fake smile, superficial smile, just to conceal her real emotions because she does not wanted her mother to feel pain about her. So this is the end of the poem, My Mother at 66, the explanation, line by line explanation of the poem. Now after this, we're gonna do some words to remember. This I've already told you, sprinting, which means running, gone means colorless. We've already done this. Now the most important part is the poetic devices when it comes to board exams. So we'll be doing some poetic devices. We also call them literary devices. Now the first poetic devices is simile. Now simile means when we are comparing two things by using the words as or like. For example, her face ashen like. So we are using the word like over here. So it is a comparison. So it is called a simile. Then we are making a second comparison with the late winter's moon, and we are using the word as. So because of these words like and as, and because of the comparison between two things, this is called simile. Second is metaphor. This is very much similar to simile, but in this there is a comparison without the use of words as or like. For example, the merry children spelling. We are not using any word over here like or as, but this is being compared with the mother. The poor state of the mother, the aging state of her mother. Next is anaphora. What does anaphora means? It is the repetition of a word or a phrase to create a poetic effect in a poem. The poet repeat these words. So can you see the words at the end of the poem? We have written this, smile, smile, and smile. So this is a repetition, and this is also giving a poetic effect in the poem. So this is called anaphora. Now, next is alliteration. Alliteration means repetition of consonant sounds. For example, my mother. In this, the first letter M and M. The repetition of M over here, that is the sound M over here, and it is a consonant word. Second, see you soon, Amma. S, Sir, and Sir. So this is repetition of Sir sound, which is the consonant sound. This is called alliteration. Next is the personification. So when we give human attributes to any non-living thing, so for example here, trees. Trees are moving. Can trees move? No, trees cannot move. It's only the human beings can move because they have this mobility. But here the trees have been given the attribute of living being. So that's why this is personification. The trees are personified, are given the qualities of living beings. Last is rhyme scheme. Now the poem does not follow any rhyme or any rhythm. It has been written in free verse. There is no rhyme scheme, A, B, B, nothing is there. It is written in a free verse. Also, I want to tell you one more thing before we end this, that this poem is written in a single sentence. Can you see this? There is no full stop. The full stop is in the end. This whole poem is punctuated by either commas. It's punctuated by commas everywhere. There is no full stop. The full stop is at the end. That means the poetess Kamla Das has shared her overflowing emotions at one go. She has written this poem at one go without any stop, without giving it a pause. So this is also one of the literary devices which is called enjambment. So the we can say that the whole poem is a enjambment. So here we come to end with our class 12, My Mother at 66, written by Kamla Das poem. I hope you liked it all. Thank you.